Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So we have all the top teams for the Gloommaw Dream boss, and there are some good even free-to-play friendly options out there. We're going to lead it off with the most free-to-play friendly team from EXR the Beast. This is going to be a Hugin team, no Rainier team option. Pink twin on the right, blue twin on the left, Damon buffing up Shmira on the Stellar Bond, Hugin in front of Shmira, Velara behind the pink twin. This is with the Blaze Burn artifact, which is the best artifact for a lot of Dream Realm and AFK stages, so you should be leveling it, and you should be able to easily unlock it today. We'll go ahead and watch the battle play out in action. So there are potentially some survival issues for Gloommaw in some of the teams. However, Velara does a pretty good job of keeping your team alive, along with heroes like Damon or Hugin. Especially on the team, and I think this team should be able to survive right up until the end, but we'll see. And so Velara is a really good option today, and actually if you guys remember, you may have been worried about this boss because Solise was doing well on the Pioneer server testing when we were looking at the first rotation. However, right now for global server, Velara is almost matching the score of Solise, making it even less important for you to be building Solise, because this is one boss where Solise was the best. However, Velara is like able to compete almost directly neck and neck with the scores of a Solise team. So it's really good news that you will not have to actually invest into Solise, at least for the Gloommaw Dream Realm boss, even in this pre-endless difficulty where there are survival issues for sure. Velara is getting the job done. So this is really great. Like, the team is not at any risk of dying. Velara's full magic circle is off, and then Shmira is just dealing as much damage as possible, being buffed up by the Hugin in the back, and Damon also contributing some damage as well. So let's see what type of score we can get. It obviously is not going to be the top scores of today, because those are going to need to use Rainier in the team for increasing your damage. But for a Hugin no Rainier team, this is a really respectable score. 860 million damage is really quite good, quite impressive for a no Rainier team option. So there we have it from EXR the Beast, really good team. Let's go ahead and move on to the next team. The next team is from Aimer, another free-to-play no Rainier alternative using Valka and Shmira. We have Damon in front of Shmira, we have pink twin on the right, blue twin on the left, Valka also on the Stellar Bond, and Velara behind the Shmira with the Blaze Burn artifact. Now for this team, you'll want to have the Supreme Plus skill upgrade of Valka, because that's going to increase your damage substantially. But other than that, you probably have these other heroes built, and you should be able to get a pretty good score with this team. 927 million damage, rank 4 position, and you know there's even potential for you to play around with this team, try to maybe change around the positioning, potentially make it slightly more optimal, because this was a very recently shared team, and honestly 927 million for a no Rainier team is really good. Okay, so now we're moving on to the Rainier teams, which are still not the most pay to win. If you have Rainier at Mythic Plus, you have the twins built, you can run this team. So this was the first team that was shared, a Velara team with shared by Half Moon. This is blue twin on the right, pink twin on the left, Damon buffing up Shmira on the Stellar Bond, Rainier position swapping the Shmira, and then you have Velara in the back right with the Blaze Burn spell artifact. Oh, and by the way, you want to boost the levels of Shmira number 1 and Velara number 2. Those are going to be the big two heroes you want to boost in levels to increase your score. The cap for today is 311 for Dream Realm. So let's go ahead and do a skip run of this team and show you what this team can potentially do. So that's going to be rank 2 position, 995 million damage, which is very good. And with RNG, there is potential for it to maybe even get a little bit higher. But before we do more runs on this team formation, there was another team formation which was recently shared by EXR the Beast, which is a modification of this positioning. And now it is going to be almost a mirrored positioning, but it still has a Velara on the right, pink twin on the right, blue twin on the left, Damon buffing up Shmira on the Stellar Bond, Velara in the back right, and Rainier in front of the blue twin with the Blaze Burn spell. And he was saying that this was getting 50 to 60 million higher damage on average compared to the team that we just showcased from Half Moon. So I want to do multiple runs maybe of this team and check the potential. 1001 million damage. So for me, it looks like these two teams are pretty neck and neck. You can use either one of them. And with your RNG, you should be able to get a pretty good score. Okay, guys, so now we're going to move on to the top team of today. This is the Solise team. However, a really important, basically, thing to keep in mind is that if your Solise is like plus 10 exclusive equipment and your Velara is plus 20 or plus 25, then your Velara team is going to be outperforming Solise. If you have equal investment between Solise and Velara, then this team should be outperforming the teams with Velara in it. So that is the important thing. And so obviously, I think majority of players right now will not have a plus 15 or higher exclusive equipment Solise, but they probably do have that for Velara. So you should probably stick with the Velara team for majority players out there. However, if you have the highly invested Solise to match your upgrades of Velara, which like we have here, then you can run this team. It is Blue Twin on the right and it has Pink Twin on the left, Damon buffing up Shmira and Solise in the back right. Now, I don't even have exactly the same upgrades between my Velara and my Solise, but because it's only, and that's gonna be 1010 million, so there we go, really good score. But because my both of them have the same exclusive equipment, that's basically almost the same investment. Obviously, Paragon 4 would be strictly the same investment between the Velara and Solise, but as you guys see here, slightly better than the Velara team, and they have almost equal investment, and like, it just really showcases you here right now that you're gonna be getting more than enough high scores with the Velara team. You don't necessarily need to run this Solise team. The only weakness of the Velara team is towards the end, some of your allies die. But with the Solise team, your allies are never going to die, basically. And so you're going to survive the whole fight. But of course, you're going to have lower damage output compared to Velara, because Velara boosts your damage by higher compared to Solise. So I'll do a couple of runs. Let's see if we can get a higher score. Okay, we did get a new record. 1,015 million damage. Okay, guys, so Frosty has just shared the new top team of today. It is actually a Kordan team, and this is crazy because it means that Solise isn't even in the overall top team now that Frosty has found this team. It is a Velara Kordan team, with Shmira as a damage dealer, of course. And let's go ahead and take a look at the two different positionings, because the first original positioning is going to be this one. Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left with Shmira on the Stellar Bond. Rainier going to position swap Shmira and Kordan in the upper right with Velara in the back left with the Blaze Burn spell. Now the alternate positioning is just going to have Kordan down one tile. You can try both of them. For this team, you probably are going to need to have all of these heroes built up. We're going to begin trying it with the OG formation, which is Kordan in the upper right corner. Blaze Burn spell. We have 3 attacks left. Hopefully we can make something happen. And we're just going to watch a whole battle in action. I want to see the survival of this team. Because in Gloommaw, what is very crucial is that your key heroes have to live. I mean, if Rainier dies, it isn't going to be the worst thing in the world, like he died right there. As long as the remaining 4 heroes, which are your major damage and buffing sources, they have to live, and then you should be able to end up with a very good score, and it's looking good so far. Kordan is providing his hunting circle buff onto Shmira. Oh no, his Velara got destroyed. But is that still going to work? Because we did get Velara's magic circle active before she actually got defeated. So I think there's actually a potential chance here. The twins haven't gone down either. They keep giving haste buff to my allies, but I think eventually they probably are going to go down. Kordan and Shmira are both safe in the hunting circle, not really taking much damage. The twins are still alive, so even though Velara actually got devoured, you would think that that would be the end of your run. But we are going to get a new record, and a substantially new record. 18 seconds left. We're already basically setting a new record compared to the previous teams we showcased. And this team can hit up to even 1.1 million damage, I believe, with the absolute perfect RNG. So the twins go down right at the end. There we go. We actually hit it. 1.1 over 1.1 million damage, and that is insane, and even more of a reason to be investing into Kordan, because now he's even best in the Gloommaw Dream Realm boss. Kordan really is a beast overall, and also less of a reason to be investing into Solise, because in a boss where we thought Solise may have been needed, in fact she's not even in the top team, even in the first rotation we have in pre-endless difficulty. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and also show you the alternate positioning, which is just moving Kordan down one tile. This is the alternate positioning. For some people it may be better. We'll go ahead and do a skip run. Honestly, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference, and for me it was slightly worse. But an important note from Frosty about the Kordan team is it will not work for all levels of investment. So if you give it a few runs and it seems like you're just not hitting the good score, or too many your heroes are dying too early on and twins die early, then that means it's not really going to be working for your account, and you'll have to stick to some of the other teams, which are still good. Even the Velara team, you know, with great RNG, it can actually even beat out the Solise team, even not the Kordan version we're talking about. And with Kordan, if you can run this top team, you're going to be guaranteed a very, very good score. So hopefully this video is helpful. Good luck getting a top score today. If there's any other team that worked for you, feel free to share that in the comment section. That is always much appreciated. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.